Okay, here we are with the credit blitz. We're playing on half and half and 3 lanes. Both pretty good, like strong arm maps. Both decent 2-range maps. Not amazing, but okay. We're gonna play Rockworm Jade though, not because it's good on the maps, just because I felt like playing some Rockworm Jade. So this is a deck sponsored by, or I say sponsored by, suggested by Betterway. No idea how good the deck is. We're going to give it a go. I think Rockworm's a bit troll, but you know. I think Rockworm's a pretty powerful unit. The usability is not great, is the biggest issue with Rockworm. The actual unit itself, in terms of power level, is very high. It's just the fact that it's so terrible trying to move it around the map. So in this map, I believe you should always move your Harvester over here. If I move my units here and see Harvester here, I normally assume my opponent doesn't know what they're doing. No offense to Max. Also, if you play 2 Harvester, you should put them together because it makes it easier to protect them. If you split them, then they can both get pressured separately. And it's a lot harder to defend them both, which is what I'm going to show you now. I'm going to put pikes on the other Harvester and lasers on this one. So now he has to make 2 units to defend his Harvesters instead of simply being able to hold a single location. And then it's easy for me to pull back and control the pads because his units are all split up. So we'll make Chem Buggy to kill these Chems. And these lasers. We'll make lasers for his Banshee. And we'll go after his Harvester again. And as you can see, he's trying to get my Harvester, which isn't there. Because I put it somewhere different. That's another reason to move your Harvester. If it's not in the position you expect it to be in at the start of the game, then sometimes people will try and rush it, and it won't be there. So I'm pretty sure the Harvester over here lived through the Chem Explosion. It did, so let's go and kill it. We don't really have a good anti-air unit, which is a pretty big issue. But we are about to get 2 Harvester kills, which will let us build a Rockworm. So we should win the Banshee War. And then we'll just park a Rockworm over here where his Banshee can't hit it. And then we should be able to fire the missile. There we go, and the game is over. And that is, generally speaking, the problem with a double Harvester deck is you just lose the first 2 missiles.
Objective complete.
Why haven't we got a War Games recently besides the game is dead? Yeah, it's because there's no one to pick the units for it at the moment. Boom boom. Like, they haven't got a person whose job is to select the units for War Games, I think, so that's why. I mean, I'm just guessing, I don't know for sure, but that would be my assumption. Alright, so we're gonna go to Rifles. Is game dying? I don't think so, no, not especially. Okay, so this guy's put his Harvesters together, that's better, but still, I think over here is much easier to defend than down here. Down here is a lot easier to charge the pads as well. Like, the distance from my base to his Harvester is a lot shorter than if it was over here. So I think over here is the superior place to put your units. Alright, so he's gone Flames. The important thing is to keep charging the missile against double Harvester. We're actually going to back up. There's no point letting our unit die. We're just going to go straight into Chuggy. This will clean up the Flamers pretty handily. Then we'll just get some bikes to harass. Maybe pulled the Chem Buggy a little too early there. Didn't actually finish off the Flamers by accident. So we'll just take care of them with that. And we win the first missile. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just send a Chemical Buggy to his base. This is an alternate win con of the deck, is you can just send Chemical Unit at their base after first missile. And if you get a couple of clouds, you effectively win the game. So we're going to get a cloud off of his Missile Trooper. We're going to get a cloud here, and we're going to get a cloud there. And then we'll get another cloud, hopefully. Didn't quite... The Missile Trooper wasn't there long enough to get the cloud. You can see how much damage is done to the base. At this point, he has to fire 2 missiles before I hit his base with anything. So it's pretty easy for me to win the game now. We'll just roam around a little. We don't even need to. We don't need to go too ham on the base. We can just roam around, and eventually we'll get something there. We'll just go kill this harvester quickly to get some money. We actually just need vision of the base to win the game at this point, because we can use the catalyst missile to finish it off. So we'll just wander in, and there we go.
Enemy base destroyed.
Of course, we also have Rockworm in the deck, so it's actually impossible for our opponent to stop us getting vision at some point. As long as we have enough time to get to a Rockworm, and then have enough money to build Rockworm plus Catalyst Missile, we can just send a Rockworm at his base, and obviously there's no way he can stop that getting vision. That's one of the reasons for Rockworm in the deck. The other reason I believe is that the deck doesn't play a tank analog. The closest it has is the Banshee. So Rockworm kind of acts like your tank, your anti-vehicle, heavy-duty anti-vehicle unit. I do think the deck would be better served by having a more powerful anti-air unit. I think that Rockworm, if you get to Rockworm, it should take over the ground quite easily. And then the thing you're going to be weakest to is air spam. And the deck doesn't really have a good anti-air unit. It only has Banshee and missiles and bikes. They're all quite light. So that is, I think, a small weakness of the deck. I would probably recommend a heavier anti-air unit. It depends how often you expect to actually get to Rockworm. If the Rockworm is an integral part of the deck, then you should play an anti-air unit. If the Rockworm is a bit of a meme, then it doesn't really matter so much. And then you just want a good 5-card deck. Alright, so here's an Orca. That's unfortunate. That is going to be able to kill our Chemical Buggy. That's okay. We'll just make a Banshee. Kill these snipers. We're also harassing his Harvester at the same time. We'll just take this missile, get the Harvester kill, and then we'll go and Chem Buggy his base, or at least attempt to. The alternate plan would be to make a Rockworm. We're a little ways off Rockworm still. Oh no, never mind, we're actually at Rockworm level. So I guess we'll make a Rockworm now. Oh, Orca. Harder to get the base kill with Chemical Buggy than it is with Chemical Warriors. Because it's easier to kill an incoming Chemical Buggy. Things like Orca or a tank. Killing an incoming Chemical Warrior is harder. Oh, I killed my own Chemical Buggy with my Rockworm. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. No big deal. We'll just go and try again. Again, don't need to be greedy here. Just need a few clouds. So one off his Missile Trooper, one off of the Air Tower, and one off of the Tech Lab. Fire the missile. Kill his Marrow Tank at the same time, and then finish off the base with Banshee. Easy enough.
You are victorious.
Yeah, guys, I agree. It would be nice if we had some more war games. War games is actually like one of the best ways to get credits. It's kind of sad that we don't have war games anymore.
Establishing battlefield control. New objective received.
Hyperium is calling.
Oh, Flintstock, my dude. Poppycat has something to tell you. You'll be very, very proud of him. Alright, so opponent's on wheels. Obviously, we just go lasers. Head towards the middle. Alright, so this guy's made 2 wheels and is controlling them reasonably well. Nope, never mind. He's just driven into my lasers. That is not how you wanna play wheels. Oh, Chuggy, we'll back up, try and get the bikes in the way. Don't know if we're gonna get there in time. Okay, we're gonna stop, try and use defender's advantage to get a few shots off at least. So as you can see, we basically trade a laser squad for a chemical buggy, which is a good trade for us. And then we'll go after his harvesters. I say harvesters, it might be one, but let's be honest, it's definitely going to be two. It is obviously two. I don't actually want to spend all my time harassing harvesters. Charging the missile is way more important. So we're going to send our bikes to do that and send some lasers to harass his harvester.
Unit offline.
I'm going to send some lasers down here as well to keep charging the missile. There's a chem buggy. Predictable.
Unit ready.
Not a big deal though.
Offline.
As long as we block it off, we should take the missile here. There we do. And then we'll go after the catalyst base explosion. Oh, there's an artillery. That's not good for me. Not the worst, because we are playing Jade, so we do have an out. Let's go and try and put a cloud on it. Put a cloud on the base. And then we'll catalyst missile the artillery. I should have actually missiled the base. By missiling the artillery, I lost some damage to the base. That was a big misplay, because now, as you can see, the base is a lot higher hit points. And the cloud explosion would have killed the artillery anyway, so I didn't need the damage on the artillery. So yeah, big misplay there. Hopefully it doesn't cost me. We do also have Rockworm in the deck, which is the other counter to artillery. So yeah, our deck is weirdly very, very good against artillery. There's a cyborg though. Our deck is not good against cyborg. I'd say our deck is quite poor against cyborg. And now our game has crashed. Our game is very, very bad against crashes. Alright, so we're going to lose that one. Alright, so we're back after the crash. Fifth and final game. Obviously can't get the 5-0 since we crashed, which is unfortunate. Pretty sure we would have won that one. Our opponent's base was at, you know, less than 25. It was about 25%, maybe a little higher than that. And we were playing Jade and Rockworms, so I feel like at some point we were going to be able to finish off the base. But that is the way it goes. Sometimes you just crash.
Unit ready.
His will moves with us. Destroy the GDR. Lasers charged.
Building online.
Kill them all.
Unit ready.
No problem.
Opponent has gone Shatterer. Now, opponent made a misplay here, which I talk about quite a lot on my channel. Don't build the building until you're building the unit. Because he built a war factory, I immediately opened some bikes, and then I immediately had an answer to the Shatterer. Whereas if he had waited until he had the money for the Shatterer as well, he could have gone Shatterer and Shatterer war factory at the same time, and then I wouldn't have had time to respond before he killed my lasers. So yeah, pretty big misplay I think from my opponent there. There's a slingshot as well, so it's full GDI Fortress. Another good answer to Fortress is of course the Rockworm. Rockworm does give you a lot of random outs. There are some decks that are just very bad against Rockworm. But we are just going to make a Rockworm and send that in. I think we might have to stop on the middle pad briefly. Maybe not. It looks like we can go all the way to the back. Oh, no. Rockworm got blocked. That's annoying. We'll kill the MLRS though, and then we'll... he won't have control of the back pad. So yeah, it should be pretty easy to win here. Rockworm! Alright, so 4 out of 5. Probably would have got 5 out of 5 without the crash, but what are you going to do?
You are victorious.
So yeah, if you want to play some Rockworm Jade, I'd recommend maybe... I think the Rockworm gives you... The things that you normally need Banshee for are MLRS, Giga Cannon, and Artillery, that sort of thing. But Rockworm already gives you outs to those, so I probably would play Self-Tank instead of Banshee. If you guys wanted to play a Rockworm Jade deck, I would recommend, yeah, cut the Banshee, put in Stealth Tank. Alright everyone, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.